Hello, welcome to your Daily Grace by Timothy Wilder. Foundations, episode 51, Law and Grace. Warning against mixture. One of the most consistent warnings in the New Testament is the danger of mixing law and grace, not because the law is bad, it is holy, just, and good, but because the law and grace operate on completely different principles. Law says, do this and live. Grace says, live because Christ has done this. Law demands righteousness from you. Grace gives righteousness to you. When these two systems are blended, the result is not balance but bondage. Mixture does not produce maturity. Mixture produces confusion. Paul confronted this issue repeatedly because mixture always leads believers back into striving. In Galatians, he asks, having begun in the Spirit, are you now made perfect by the flesh? Galatians 3:3. The moment you add law to grace, you shift from resting in Christ to relying on yourself. You move from confidence to insecurity, from freedom to fear, from Christ's obedience to your own. Mixture does not strengthen grace, it cancels it. If it be of works, then is it no more grace? Romans 11:6. Grace cannot operate where earning is required. The danger of mixture is subtle. It often sounds spiritual. God has done his part, now you must do yours. But that is not the gospel. The gospel is not God helping you keep the law. The gospel is God fulfilling the law in Christ and giving you his righteousness as a gift. Mixture takes the language of grace and attaches the demands of law. It tells you Christ has saved you, but now you must maintain your standing. It tells you righteousness is a gift, but holiness is earned. It tells you God accepts you, but only if you perform well enough. This is not grace, it is law wrapped in Christian vocabulary. Grace produces holiness, obedience, and transformation, but it does so from the inside out. Law can command righteousness, but it cannot create it. Grace creates what the law commands. That is why mixture is so dangerous. It cuts you off from the very power that produces true change. When you mix law and grace, you lose the joy of salvation, the assurance of acceptance, and the freedom of resting in Christ's finished work. The gospel is pure grace, not grace plus effort, not grace plus law, not grace plus your contribution. Grace stands alone because Christ's work stands complete. Guard your heart from mixture. Stand in the freedom of grace, where Christ is your righteousness, your strength, and your confidence before God. Thanks for listening. If you are being fed and/or uplifted by these messages, we encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. These things help us spread the message of grace.